everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We've got some more paint to look at today. Today we're looking at GI paint. So we've got all of the stars for GI. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 star. Each star variation has its own name as well as being a star. So your 1 star is your recreational paint. Your 2 star would be your strategic paint. 3 stars are competition. 4 stars tournament, and 5 stars imperial. So your first two, your recreational, your strategic would be more for your beginner rec players, or if you're just going out to blast some paint and you want to shoot stuff that's going to work, you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, pick the 1 to 2 stars. 3 star, middle of the road, you get the durability of the shell, you get better fill, you better consistency on the roundness, and then getting up into the 4, 5 star, you get your more brittle shells, your thicker paints, your brighter paints, and your super consistency as far as roundness and seams. When you get to your imperial, your 5 star, it's a very, very brittle ball. So take that into consideration when shooting imperial, that if you're shooting in like super cold temperatures or kind of cold temperatures, you might run into more problems. If your gun's a little rough on paint, you might run into problems shooting that. So kind of gauge that to the marker you're shooting or the scenario that you're shooting. I don't want to say markers because even your more basic markers still can shoot high-end paint out of them. But you got to just know your gun and know what it can handle. So here we have them lined up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star. You can see with the 1 star, you get a little bit more muted color on the shell. It is a 2-color shell, but it's a very robust shell, very thick shell. So it's going to shoot out of anything. You can play scenario ball, then shoot it through bushes and things, and it's going to stay intact. When you start to get up into the mid to higher ends, you try to do something like that with it, go through bushes or shrubs or anything like that, it's most likely going to break up and not make it through there. Going on to 2, you can see the shell. You've got a brighter 2-tone shell. 3, a metallic 2-tone shell. And then 4 and 5, you've got metallic shells, but they're a little bit darker in color and they're a solid color, so that they're not as easy to see during flight. So when you're shooting at people, it's harder to see them coming at you and get out of the way, potentially. And then as we go from my right to left, I'm not sure which way that is for you. You're left to right, I guess. Or is it? I don't know. Can't see it from that side. The thickness, the fill consistency, the brightness is going to change as well. For your 1, you can see that even your 1 star is pretty thick right there. Moving over to your 2 star, thick again. 3 star. 3 star kind of has a little bit more of a waxy feel to it. 4 star is a little bit thinner, so you're going to get a little bit more spread on the impact. And then your 5 star, this stuff is like, it's gross, as you put it, basically. It's kind of staining on your fingers, so if I was just to touch it and get it on my finger a little bit there, and then just move it away from my finger, you can still see that it's on my finger right there. So it's hard to cheat with this kind of paint. It's hard to wipe it off because it just stays on you. It does not lend itself to just wiping away and being done with it. So if you're looking for like the super markability, hardest to cheat with kind of paint, get the Imperial or the 4 star, super markability, and it's not going to just wipe away super easy. As you get down there, you can still see that they're thick. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these fills. I think the fills in all their variations is a good fill. But the shell quality and the brittleness, obviously, you're getting more structural integrity on your lower end, less on the high end. And then the shells obviously are a little bit different when you're on the low end. Seams are a little bigger. Consistency and roundness is a little bit less as you go start at the bottom and move your way up. So check it out. These are all kind of the same color fills. You can see they do vary slightly. Nice like tournament style yellow right there. This one's more of a kind of an almost a limey green. So is this one right here. These two are mixing though, so it's kind of hard to tell. These two down here are kind of that nice bright yellow again, although not as bright as the tournament level. So the fills on all of them, quality fill. But we talked about the consistency of the balls, and that's really what's going to determine what you're going to pick. Prices range from $39 to $74, I believe. $39, $49, $59, $69, $74, $95 for a case of 2,000. So, that's going to obviously sway you into what you're picking. But all the paint from GI is great paint. So regardless of what you're shooting, you may be the 1 to the 4 or 5 star, you're going to get a quality ball that's going to do the job for you as long as you've kind of tailored it to how you play paintball. So check them out on the website and check out the colors as well. I want to stress that the colors we have here are not necessarily the colors that are available at the time of your purchase. So look through the color options and make sure that's something that suits to your liking, and go through all the options and look at them all and make the good choices. So GI paint available through the website, 1 through 5 star. Check them out. Order yours now through ansgear.com.